I welcome you all in this video. In this video, I'm going to explain you the free body diagram of knuckle joint. And so, as we discussed in the last lecture, this is the knuckle joint, and it consists of three main parts. So first is the fork. So it is shown by this green color. Then the second part is this eye, which is shown by blue color, and third one is the pin, which is shown by orange color. So this knuckle joint, as we discussed in the last lecture, this knuckle joint is used to connect these two rods, rod A and rod B, which is subjected to tensile load. And this fork has two ends, which is having the feature like hollow cylinder, and this end also has the end which is having the feature like hollow cylinder. So this fork as well as this eye has outer diameter and inner diameter. So this pin is inserted into the common hole of this fork and eye, and in this way this fork, eye and pin is assembled so as to get the knuckle joint. So again we will write the dimension parameters, geometric parameters for the knuckle joint, and then we'll switch to the free body diagram for the knuckle joint. So here first is the rod diameter. So rod diameter of rod A and rod B is same, which is denoted by this capital D. So I can write here capital D is diameter of each rod. It is in mm. The next is this D1. So after this D, the diameter is enlarged. The diameter of rod after D, it is enlarged, and its diameter is D1. So this enlarged diameter D1 is same for this fork as well as this eye. So here also the diameter is enlarged by same amount for fork as well as eye, and this diameter, that is this diameter, is also D1. So this capital D1 we can write enlarged diameter of each rod. It is also in mm. Now next is small d. So small d is this diameter of knuckle pin. So we can write small d as a diameter of knuckle pin. The next do, as I explained, this fork has two ends. So this fork has two ends which is having a feature like a hollow cylinder. So it has outer diameter and it is denoted by do. So we can write here do as outside diameter of fork end, as well as this eye end also has the same feature as that of knuckle, as that of fork. That means eye also has end feature like hollow cylinder, so it is also having outer diameter. So we can write here do is as outer diameter of fork or eye. Outer diameter of fork or eye. Now next diameter is small d suffix 1. So here this pin has head and its head diameter is d1. So we can write here d1 as diameter of pin head. It is also in mm. Now next is small a. So as you can see here, this fork has two ends and its thickness is small a. So this is the top end of fork and this is the bottom end of fork. So top end and bottom end of fork has the same thickness and it is denoted by a. So small a is the thickness of fork end. And the last term from this geometrical parameter is small b. So small b is the thickness of this eye end. So small b is the distance from this point to this point, and the small b shown here is the thickness of this eye end. So you can write here small b as the thickness of eye end. So now already in the last lecture we have seen these geometric parameters for the knuckle joint, but just for the revision I have explained and I have written these geometric parameters here. Now let us start the very important part of this lecture, that is free body diagram. So free body diagram is determined, or it is drawn to determine the forces acting on each and every part of the component. So as we are discussing here knuckle joint, so knuckle joint consists of three main parts, that is fork, which is shown by green color, this eye, which is shown by blue color, and this is pin, which is inserted into the common hole of fork and eye. So these three parts we have to consider here for the free body diagram. Now if you consider first fork, so this on the fork we have applied force P on the left side. So I can draw this force P acting on fork on the left side. So this force P is applied on the rod, and which is indirectly applied on this fork, which is towards left side. Now if you look at this assembly properly, this eye, on the eye the force applied is towards the right side, and in this way the eye is pulling this fork towards the right side with the help of this pin. Again I will repeat, this eye, on the eye force is applied towards the right side, and this eye is pulling this fork with the help of this pin towards right side. So I can show here two forces at this point, that is at this point and on this another end of fork end. So force is applied on the two fork ends by eye with the help of pin, because pin is inserted here. So eye pulls this fork towards right side with the help of pin. Now here the question is that what must be the magnitude of force acting at each end of fork. So if the force applied on one end of fork is magnitude having P, then this magnitude here should be balancing to this left side force. So force acting on each fork end must balance the force acting on the left hand side of this fork. So I should write here force magnitude as P by 2 and force magnitude at other end of fork end as P by 2. So now this P by 2 plus P by 2 is balancing the force applied on the left side of fork. Now similar to this we can draw the free body diagram for this eye. Now we can see here the force applied on this eye towards right side with the help on the rod. So on the rod the force applied is P, and that with the help of that force this eye is pulled towards right side. Now if you look at this fork, on the fork force is applied towards left side, and this fork is pulling this eye, this fork pulling this eye with the help of pin towards left side. So here the pin is in contact with the eye, so pin is pulling this eye towards left side with the help of this fork. So I can draw here this force, and this force magnitude must balance to this force. So here I can write here force P. Now you must understand the basic difference here. As the fork has two ends, so I have to split this total force into P by 2 into two equal parts. But as this eye has only one end, so I can write here only P, and this force P is the applied by fork on the eye with the help of pin. So this here you can show this force P, which is applied by fork with the help of pin on the eye towards left side. So I can show this force towards left side here. Now let us discuss the free body diagram for pin. Now if you look at this diagram, this pin is inserted between the common hole of these two fork ends and one eye end. So the portion of pin, some portion of pin is present in this eye end, that is middle portion is present in eye, and this top portion of pin is present in the top end of fork, and this bottom portion of pin is present in the bottom end of fork. So the force applied on the pin, by fork is at these 2 points. So at these 2 points of pin, the force is applied by the fork on the pin. So that can be shown here. So for more understanding, I have shown here different colors. So this top portion, which is hashed portion, and this is bottom portion, which is hashed portion by green color. So this top portion and bottom portion of pin is present in the fork ends. So as the fork is pulled towards left side, so we can show here two forces acting on the pin towards left side. So this is the force applied by top end of fork on the pin, and this is the force applied by bottom end of the fork on the pin. That means we can show here force applied by this top end of fork on the pin and force applied by bottom end of the fork on the pin at these 2 points. Similarly, this eye is pulled towards a right side, so eye exerts force on this pin towards a right side in this middle region. So that we can show here. So I can draw here, this is the force P which is exerted by eye on the pin towards a right side, because this total force applied on the rod is P, so same force will be transferred on this pin towards right side. Now it is very important what must be the magnitude of this force and this force which is exerted by two ends of forks. So in order to have the balance of force, we must write here the magnitude of this force as P by 2 and magnitude of this force as a P by 2, so that this force acting towards right side and acting towards left side will get balanced. So in this way we have drawn the free body diagram for fork, eye and pin. So in the next part of in the next lecture we will discuss about the stress equations for some parts of this knuckle joint.